Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well. You're opening the channel and you see Beppe unusually wearing a white, simple, basic, blank t-shirt. You know that on the channel I love to go with these kind of Easter eggs. This one I'm explaining. It's a bit what Giuntoli is doing. Taking a white, blank, simple t-shirt. Starting from scratch, year one Juventus. Selling some players, adding some players. And he's filling actually that t-shirt with a graphic. At the end of the Mercato, we will understand if it's a beautiful, visually beautiful t-shirt or not. But to understand if that t-shirt will be also good quality, they will need to wait until the end of the season. If it was really not only beautiful, but also qualitative t-shirt. Ragazzi, put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In today's video, we'll speak about a lot of things. Entry, exit, also a relationship with a special agent. Extremely important, especially for the people that are still dreaming, and they should, about Calafiori. So don't forget, likes, subscribe, write down all your opinion, your comments, because now we start. You know that on the channel, for the people that are really alert, that are really listening from the beginning to the end of the channel, well, a lot of time, not only there are some Easter eggs in the wall, but I also give you some anticipations. I don't go with explicitly telling you this, I'm not the Mercato insider, I'm not the journalist, but sometimes I have these news, these rumors, Larry the Bird that is coming and telling you. Listen what I told you on the 31st of May 2024. Back on the channel, Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa to Juventus. I'm not fooling you. I am not dreaming. I'm not doing any clickbait. There is a possibility, and I will tell you how. I told you that I was not doing clickbait. I told you. But guys, you can know that here on the channel, when we have some things, we tell them. So listen carefully. Douglas Luiz already did the medicals, and if you want another evidence, pay attention, because today is the day of Douglas Luiz. I know that you already know that he did the medicals. The question mark that you have is, when will he be announced? Well, I can tell you, and it's always taking a margin of 99.99%. Today is the day of the official announcement of Douglas Luiz to Juventus. So pay attention. Come back later on the video. Maybe we'll do a second video to tell me, Beppe, you were right or you were wrong. Now we start with the second name, les deux. Le premier, the first one, is Douglas Luiz. The second one is Khephren Di Gregorio. Khephren Di Gregorio, step. We are that close to sign the deal, and that's a really beautiful name. I'm super, extremely happy that Khephren Di Gregorio can be that second name. Now, when will he be announced? When will it be? First of all, we need to wait that it's official, because that's not yet a done deal. Witness, they are still in discussion for the last details, but we are there. Everyone wants to make it happen, and it will happen. Now, will Di Gregorio, the goalkeeper, be presented officially before Thuram, or will it be Thuram already next week presented and then Di Gregorio? It's a matter of days. It's a few differences here in hours, but both of them will be Juventus player. After Douglas Luiz and Di Gregorio and Khephren Di Gregorio, we don't stop there. If you want to know more about Khephren Di Gregorio, yesterday we did a fantastic video. Really fantastic video. Instead of speaking myself and telling you that it's a really beautiful one, read the comments under that video. Fantastic video, Beppe. We need more of these videos. Beppe, this one is fantastic. Thank you to Emi Scouting. For the people that do not know who Emi Scouting is, Emi is a friend of mine, Italian, worked professionally with a lot of clubs in Europe as a professional scout. He's also giving some lessons, paid lessons, that you are actually learning how to analyze games, how to see these kind of things. Fantastic, beautiful courses. If you have the opportunity to speak Italian, you can already go there. In English, they don't exist yet. Who knows? Maybe I'm going and I'm translating all the courses, and then we have courses to become an analyst, a scout, professional one. Let's see. That's something for the future. If you are interested, let me know. But at the moment, there is nothing. If you liked the video of yesterday, come back to me and tell me. Now, we spoke about some entries, some things that are really nearly done deal. Let's speak about the strategy of Juventus. Yesterday, fantastic. Moise Kean nearly officially announced to Fiorentina. I always told you, when I heard Fiorentina, Moise Kean, I was scared. The Arthur kind of deal. Loan with an option to buy, maybe an obligation to buy with first year the part of the salary of Moise Kean paid by Juve. And I said, you know what it is, if it's a player that I really appreciated, especially in his first spell at Juve, growing up from what didn't exist yet, the next gen, the Primavera, but really from the youth academy, playing at first level, scoring some beautiful goals, doing really beautiful things with the ball. I had a lot of hopes for him. He was sold, he came back, I had a lot of hopes. Didn't work. It is the reality now. In the 3 seasons of Moise Kean, he didn't perform. He didn't perform, and he's not a starter at Juventus. So it's a player, unfortunately, that you needed to say goodbye, because at a certain moment when it's not working, it is not working. It's a player that was earning 2.5 million euro a year at Juventus for zero productivity. Also last season, 0 goals. So when I heard Fiorentina, I said, I would even accept a loan with an option to buy, because if he can be there, a first striker, and he can prove himself, maybe Fiorentina this time, they will really pay him. Not like they did for Arthur, that at the end they didn't even agree, even if Arthur did a really beautiful season with La Viola. Giuntoli is going crazy. And that's something that brings me back to last year, where people were criticizing Giuntoli. He's doing nothing. I told you what was the most important thing that Giuntoli was doing, and it was understanding Juve. 1, working already on year 1, the real year 1 now, already in that year, but also especially already showing that Juventus is not there just to say okay to everything. You remember that Zakaria deal to West Ham? We want more. And if you're not able to pay more, you don't receive the player. And that's what they did extremely well, because at the end he went to Monaco for the price that we were requesting. And that was already something that he was telling us. Juventus Football Club will be again a club that knows how to sell. Something that honestly I was absolutely not anymore used to. What is the request of Juve? It was over 15 million euro for Moise Kean. What was the offer from Fiorentina? 10 million euro. They spoke, they were about to find an agreement. At the end, it was about to collapse. And luckily, there was also the intervention of Lucci, the agent of Moise Kean. Pay attention to the name. We'll come back on Lucci in a second. Pay attention to that one. He was able to put all the parts agreeing with each other. Juventus will receive 13 million euro fixed, plus 2 million euro of bonus, and then 3 million euro on extra bonus, with really extremely difficult bonuses to reach. For example, I don't know where they are, and maybe qualification to Champions League for Fiorentina, etc., etc. So from the 10 million euro they were requesting, 13 plus 2 plus eventually even 3 on top. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. And you feel in the air, the people are starting to speak bad. Yeah, but it's a player that is not worth that money. They're crazy. What are they doing? You with Fiorentina. You hear them, the voices. They start to be scared. Guys, like we are speaking about anyway, a player of 24 that has experienced 2 times at Juve, Paris Saint-Germain, Everton, Champions League. It's 24 year only. It's from the year 2000. Guys, how much is Kean worth? 5 million euro. Forget about it. So I believe that that's really extremely great also from Giuntoli to hold on. That's the price. And he was about to make it collapse because Fiorentina didn't want to pay the price. And I really appreciate that. That's a huge, big change in mentality. What did we do? For people that are saying, well, we don't do nothing anyway at the moment. We don't see, we need evidences. In Junior and Barrenechea, as much as I'm sad for Barrenechea, was not the first team player. They are gone. For Douglas Luiz, that was your first target. Caio Giorgi, that we are not speaking about enough, 7 plus 2. Felix Correa, that nobody is mentioning, 1.5 for a player that we didn't even remember that he was existing. Moise Kean to Fiorentina, that's a lot, That's really a lot. And that's what makes me super happy. Juventus, that is not only able to buy, to sign, to speak with clubs, but also to sell and to say we are strong. And with everybody, not only with the small clubs in Italy, with everyone. They go and they do. And that's why I'm extremely confident where Giuntoli is going also to the big clubs like Bayern Munich, like Paris Saint-Germain. That's our player. We are not afraid. We are Juventus to sit at the table with you. We are speaking about top players. Paris Saint-Germain. You want Dean Huijsen? We can sit at the table, but our price is 25-30 million euro for a Frenchman. That's what we want. If you are not able to put that money there, forget about the past Juve that was because we needed to save here and there, was able to do some sacrifice. Okay, we take 5 million away just to make sure that the deal happened. No, if you're not happy, there is a lot of clubs from Bundesliga that are interested in the player. There is Atalanta that are interested in the player. We have options. We have offers. You are not happy, we go to someone else. And that's a great one. Of course, they can continue to discuss. They can find alternative. What can be an alternative? Okay, Dean Huijsen to Paris Saint-Germain, but that means that we have an opening to Xavi Simons. We don't speak enough yet about Xavi Simons. I told you already in that video, the mysterious number 10, the mysterious Dutch number 10, where I told you the priority number 1 is koopmeiners. Then you still have that name of Zirkzee, and at the moment as we speak, he's still not a Milan player, he's still not a Manchester United player, so pay attention. And there is that name that is a bit a dream, the name of Xavi Simons. Pay attention, not sure if it will happen, but these talks with Campos that are already happening, Campos, sporting director of Paris Saint-Germain, Al-Khelaifi that is opening again to Juve, everything can happen in a Mercato is crazy moment, because Mercato is crazy. So pay attention to that one. Huijsen to Paris Saint-Germain for cash, or maybe for cash plus an opening for Xavi Simons. Really monitor that situation. If it will happen or not, we don't know. Then, I told you about Lucci. That was extremely important to not make the deal Moise Kean Fiorentina collapse. For people that are always saying Beppe, but okay, midfield, okay, offensive wingers, okay, but we want Calafiori. Don't give up, guys. Trust me, don't give up. Doesn't mean that Calafiori will be there tomorrow, that it will happen. We don't know, but don't give up. You need to connect the dots, the puzzle, making it together. Who is the agent of Moise Kean? Lucci. Who is the agent of Calafiori? Lucci. Who is the agent of Perin that will extend with Juve? Lucci. Who is the agent of Hans Nicolussi? That, coincidence or not, yesterday we heard Venezia on the player. Lucci. Who is the agent of Kostic? It's Lucci. Juventus, they're still there on the player, on Calafiori. Excellent relationship with the agent, with the entourage. He knows that the player wants to go to Juve. They already found an agreement and he will work really well. Of course, Juventus said we are ready to increase our offer to Bologna. We understand that it was probably not enough, especially after the Euro they did. But if we really want to collect that money, it needs to come from a Nicolussi, a Kean, a Kostic. And that's also why Lucci, he didn't want that deal to collapse with Fiorentina. So pay attention here. We will take time. We will continue to monitor that situation. Of course, if Moise Kean is leaving, and probably also Arkadiusz Milik, well, someone needs to come as a vice Vlahovic. We already spoke about the name of about Morata. So don't forget about Morata. It's still a name that exists. We spoke about Retegui, which according to me is extremely difficult. 40 million euro, what are we speaking about? There is that name of Broja from Albania that is still alive, and today Tuttosport was speaking again about it. And then, unfortunately, it will not happen for Mika Odaze, my boy, because he's about to sign with Monaco. And that's something that I'm pissed off about, because Mika Odaze would have been fantastic in that role. Fantastic, but it is what it is. But Juventus, they don't care. They have options here, there. You know what is the dream, eh? The dream is Di Gregorio into the goal, Danilo, or someone on the right back, Bremer, Calafiori, Cambiaso, Douglas Luiz and Khephren Di Gregorio. Then you have a koopmeiners, because koopmeiners, they will try. They will continue to try. Now we will hear more and more koopmeiners. Yildiz there on the left, Vlahovic on top, and then that question mark on the right side. Who will it be? We spoke about Sancho, the big dream. We speak about Adeyemi. We speak about maybe Soule staying. And Gazzetta dello Sport are still insisting in Greenwood. So let's see, but something will happen. I told you, change of Juve. Blank page. And then, of course, I remember for people that last year, they were insulting me here on the channel, or mocking me when I told you, yes, Allegri, yes, a lot of mistakes, but pay attention, also the team, according to me, it's not that we have bad players, but there is a paradox. It's this not working. They are not made to form a team that makes sense. I believe that Giuntoli understood that as well. Otherwise, you don't go for 6 new starters for a Juve of 24-25. A Juventus that wants to go super well. Of course, you know it, the minimum objective is qualifying to Champions League, because it's vital to do well in the cups like Supercoppa, Coppa Italia, trying to win it again as we did this year with Coppa Italia, to qualify to the next round of the Champions League, which will be extremely difficult, that new format, but they believe that they can do it, still remaining sustainable, to try at the first attempt to win the Scudetto back. If you enjoyed the video, put a maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe. Grazie, forza, Juve.